Good morning, Rabbi Isai. Nishmasi mimorosius plus Mordechai. Hayoim arba vesrim yoim sheim shlosho Shevuos v'shlosho yomim loimer boimer. Record. I have 32 slides here just for the email section. I'm not. This is a record. We're not going to go through all of them. This somebody just put in. Happy birthday, Yossi. The first one we have to Akar Satoyev. Happy birthday, Yossi. Duvi Glaubert, Duvi Neistad, who. This is not a joke. Wow. See him in Dallas, Texas. Rabbi Isai. A very, very big thing here because we have Mordechai Weiss's father in the center with the checkered. But what's so special is, the Mordechai is from Dallas. And I'm going to show you a picture of what Mordechai did here in Ramat Beit Shemesh. So this is Dallas. Cleveland Siyam Rabbi Isai, arranged by Jeff Zuckerman. Dallas is arranged by David Geldman. Geldman, yes, with a D. Refuah Shelamah, we had that story with the Satmar Chassid yesterday, and the son went into surgery during the Hebrew Shir yesterday, so Refuah Shelamah Tinuk Bechava. This is the Siyam in London, Dov Harris V'Chaveirov. We have a brand new place here in Eretz Yisrael that they're getting together every day to do the daf in Charish. I'm a young Chassid Shabachar that was Baruch Hashem Zoich to be Messiah Masechet Sanhedrin Makis of the Rebelli's amazing shiur and posted my status. I was Messiah and I got one boy to join the daf too. Now we have a small group and we make a poll every day to see who finished the daf. Thank you, Rebelli, for changing our lives. Hershey Apter and Yoeli Lowinger. I just love I translated it into Hebrew, and if you look in the bottom, it says Hershey. The ChatGPT thought that it's Rashi. Belgium Siyum, this we did already. Oh, we have the Boston. Did we say Boston yesterday? Yes. Boston. And then we have, this is very interesting. Shamri Zelengard was here sitting in Reb Nachman's seat the other day, sitting on a plane back from Israel, just having to run after the safe room after a ballistic missile from Yemen fell in Ben Gurion Airport. This brings to my public thank you of Birevach, 20,000 plus followers. When Fischel offered $1,000 to complete the Masechta Sanhedrin, I matched it. At the time, my son was at home sitting in Koilel. Kids was out of a yeshiva about a month into learning Sanhedrin. So Fischel said $1,000. Father said another $1,000. $2,000 if you do Sanhedrin. His son was not in the best place. About a month into learning Sanhedrin, he had an awakening and decided he wanted to go to Israel to learn. Ashreichem to you and Fischel. You and Fischel did not just give Shlomo the monetary incentive, you changed his life and business for many generations to come. Please see the attached siyum we made for him at RSVP in New York. Unbelievable what Fischel did. I agree that Yoni Klestzick should give his son $250 and double the salamis for finishing Masechtas Makos. Best money spent. Here's the son making a siyum in RSVP. I'm going to skip ahead a few of these. Rabbi say his Mordechai Weiss at Leva Torah, Mazel Tov, making a siyum. He comes here in the morning, he comes here in the evening. Here he is, right over here. Right over here. Let's see what's over here. Gary, this way. I'm waiting. You see the one with the white beard? The one next to him.
Not that one.
This is Shavsi Cohen's brother giving us a live look at 5:55 in the morning in Lakewood. He looks tired. Has a famous status, that guy.
Yes, 13.
5:55 and there's 5 guys in the Mismedrash. Givaldi. The 18, one of 18, I know. He's the one that needs a shidduch. Is Gershi Road.
I've been close to Menachem for like nearly 10 years. But something just happened now. We became a chatonim. He just told me this minute that because of me, I've been banging on about it. Tzvi joined. I had another one in London. A guy told me you're new.
They became a chatanim because he got someone to join.
Right. That's what I'm hearing. So for me, the biggest nachas is what we call grandchildren. That you guys go out. Yitzi told me just now that one of his friends, what's he called? Yitzi Olsberg? No, one of his friends in his class.
Would you give us some of these a great guy? You learned the
football and swimming.
Kids, here they are, Rabbi Isai, in Manchester. What do they call Manchester? Good afternoon, Rebelli on a Poland trip with the Hashmonaim boys. Again, this is the UK. What? Hasmonean. No, whatever. Hasmoneim. 12 boys, year 12. We had a beautiful, inspiring Seder in Yeshiva Chachmei Lubit by Meir Shapir's Yeshiva.
The truth is, Daf Yomi, Eli Stefansky.
I heard my name. I can go weiter.
Menachem Reb Eli, my elders from the Tzvi van Dogs. And I want to tell you a personal thank you for the daf. Het is unbelievable, ik heb toos mijn leven, ik mag mijn leven. En ik ken zo passing aan daf. Gewoon iets kan ik zeggen, dat smaak is de eerste om te zeggen, Baruch Hashem. And I'm hoping to go further, I'm hoping to finish Shas together. Thank you, Reb Eli, and I grois en schoor.
And this is a guy filling up. We don't waste a minute in Hatzlacha. 70-something signups today. I announced it and they forgot. This is Zevi Kamen, 37 years old. Since yeshiva, he finished yeshiva 12 years ago, never made a siyum. You want to give it, you give it. I didn't prepare well. We're doing a lot of. I said we have 32. The kids are. Avi Factor's ready to go into the daf. He's right there. Enough of these emails. I have 32. What are we gonna do? Oh, so one last one, and that's it. Greetings, Rebelli. I'd like to share something personal about our dear son Hershey, another Hershey, a young teenager who also throughout, not currently in yeshiva system, has become hooked to yeshir. Choik v'lo Hershey does not miss a day even though he's not in yeshiva. He just made his second siyum, Sanhedrin Makis, Mazel Tov. One night he came home late, tired and ready to collapse. I still need to learn to go. Before going to sleep, he tells me, I suggest that you go to bed and catch me the next day. It's almost tomorrow already. You can barely keep your eyes open. But he looked at me and he said with determination, it's not about the daf, it's about the Yomi. Wow, mind-boggling. I'm talking, no mashgiach, no menal, just MDY. And a young bacher with a Yiddish stoltz sitting down to learn Torah at midnight. MDY is literally saving the neshamas. He gave our son and so many others a lifeline to Hashem. A feeling of connection, of belonging to the Torah world, and just now with true joy, he started Shevuos, his third Masechta, Mamish Givaldik. Is Shevuos harder than Makis? Today's like almost like Adita. We're so much grateful for you giving our son the gift. This anchor where billions are being spent using the Najee Strat. You're using it to bring us home. Und wenn Mashiach wird kommen, wird weisen mit der Finger after MDY Mishpoche and called him Mikari Gewende Geule. I'm not. That's how he finished off his thing.
Mashiach, basically.
No, Mikarev the Geula.
He said when Mashiach wird kommen, and he.
No. I don't think so. Yalla. Okay, fine. We're gonna skip. Oh, MDY booth. I gotta show this. I promised the last one. There were Mikaim and Isaac Blackman at the Toronto, at the Montreal Jewish Expo. You're the goddessman. It was my first year I followed him because he came because of this booth. He's blown away by how clear it is. Givaldic. And finally, we need ambassadors in the following places. I couldn't believe it. In the 5 towns for Rockaway, either they have too many groups, like Muncie has 3 groups already. Borough Park needs an ambassador. Could somebody wake up in Borough Park and say, I want to be ambassador, but you have to be good at it. Toronto, 5 towns. What says? The Long Island, California. Maybe that guy, what's his name? Lou Shapiro. Lou Shapiro. Upstate New York, Boston. Boston, no? Afula, Beersheba, and Ashdod. Okay, weiter. We'll have to do the rest tomorrow. Actually, I didn't even read 20 emails that I just got this morning. Anonymous. Masechta spots anonymous. Hatzlacha bruchnius ubegashmius. Monthly spots zechraya. Ben Moshe Aron Miriam Yosef. Refuah Shelamah. Yehudit Brayna Basipor Rivka. It's a short daf today. Parnasa Birevach for Baruch Tzvi Nissim ben Shoshana Leah. Jeff's Gourmet, Los Angeles. Moshe Aron Miriam Landy for Hatzlacha for all our children. Weekly sponsors anonymous. Thank you MDY for the highlight of the Gemara. Never give up and always keep going forward. Yishkoyach. Highlight meaning like I think he means on YouTube like the highlight. Mordechai Sapoznick, leading Horav Aharon ben Horav Yosef Wertheim, zechriya may the neshama have an aliyah, may be meditation for my brother Aaron and my cousin Aaron, the entire mishpach and all of Klal Yisroel. Ari Price, Nishmas Eliezer ben David, Larry Roseman on his 10th yard side by his loving family, the neshama should have an aliyah. MDY Kids Monthly. Innovations, official Lechona Akiva, Rivka, Mrs. Stefansky Art of the Month. For Shleima, for Yonatan, Mimashava Bracha, for Schus for Rebellion, the whole MDY staff to continue to make Torah so enjoy so many. In honor of Yossi Klein and Margish Kanaz, you just had Yossi Klein had a birthday. Mazel tov for all the work they do. Rabbi Isai, we have today. Amud Beis is basically a gata, not kidding around. And we're just going to finish up that sugya of Beheres. What do we have? We had two avos. The Torah mentions Beheres and Seis, and each one of those two has two toilados. And we said that the tolda of number one is actually number three, because and these, we'll call the sugya the four shades of white. The four shades of white, different shades of white. The brightest one is number one, the least bright, the darkest one is number four. The Torah talks about two, one and two. So two is brighter than three, and three is brighter than four. But the way Chachamim have it, we have a machlokes here. The way it's set up is one and three, two and four. In other words, to be mitzdarif, to combine two colors, you go with the tolda. One and three are a team. Here, team one, team Beheres, and team Seis. Now, a Av could combine with another Av. One and two could combine. But one and four, three and two, three and four, problematic. So, one and three combine, two and four combine. Rebbe Kiva argues, and Rebbe Kiva says it goes in order: 1, 2, 3, 4. So one combines with two, two combines with three, and three combines with four. Three combines with four and two combines with one and three, because it goes whatever you're next to, that's what you combine with. So the Gemara asks the kasha. So according to Rebbe Kiva, he doesn't really fit into the Mishnah, because our Mishnah says two, which are four. The top two, the two avos, which are four, a total of four with the two toldos. According to Rebbe Kiva, Sid, number three, doesn't combine with anybody. Why? Because according to Rebbe Kiva, you have to combine to something that's close to you. Three is far away from one. Elamai, you should combine with two, because it's close to two, but it's a different team. Same question applies to number four. Four is too far away from two. And also, it's not on the same team as three, so it can't combine with anybody. So that's where we're holding. We're holding on the first word. We're in the middle of a question, in the middle of an answer, but we're makayim the mitzvah of not going any further. Davav Amud Aleph. Hi, Mike. So he says, one of the questions is good. The question you had on three, how is three going to combine with everything, is a good question. The same exact question that you had on number four is not a good question. Why is it not a good question? Because there's a Mefurish pasuk that says that four could combine with two. Logically, you're right, it's a good question. But there's a pasuk. You can't do anything against the pasuk. Hi, Mike. Number four, the beitza, is not a good kasha. Even though four is very far away from seis. Four is not close to two. It's missing a three in between. So logically, you'd say that they shouldn't combine. They do combine. The Rahman Omar, one of the very few psukim in the Torah that only has three words. That's the whole pasuk. There's 14 such psukim, and they're in certain sidurim that if you go to Chutz La'aretz, let's say you want to go on a safari, so before you leave, you say all the 14 three-worded psukim. Not sure why. It's some sort of sgula. So it says, V'laseis, V'lasapachas, in Hebrew, Nispachat elav. It's a word. It means it's second to it. There's V'laseis, V'lasapachas. There's something second to Laseis. The Baharis doesn't say it. We'll see in the sugya later. The Mandam says V'lasapachas goes on top of it and under it. So the Torah is actually saying that both the Seis and the Beheres have a tolda, have a lighter shade to them. But this Tana holds that Seis, so let's go back to this chart. Seis has a lighter shade to it, which is 4. You're asking me, how does 4 combine with 2? The Torah says it combines with 2. You're right. It's not in order of the shade. It's 2 shades away, 2 steps away. It's missing 3. But the Torah says, sapachas. Seis has a sapachas. What seis is sapachas? Beitza. Okay. So that's not a kasha. What to do with beitza? Because beitza is going to combine with seis. It can't combine with sid because it's not in the same team. Elo, sid, heichal. But number 3, kasha. I don't know who to combine it with. Even though it's far away from it, 4 is far away from 2, 2 is far away from 4. But I still have this original question, one out of the 2 questions. Who are you going to combine Sid with? Sid cannot combine with 1, because Sid is a 3. 3 and 1 are not close to each other. And Sid cannot combine with 4. 3 and 4 don't combine. Why? Because they're separate teams. That's why I said yesterday that the Mishnah cannot go like Rebbe Kiva. Now, we're going to do a little search here. Who told you that Rebbe Kiva holds this? It's 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me show you how Yoshi did it. Here we have 1, 2, 2 Avs, and 2 Toldas, 3 and 4. So 1 could combine with 2, 2 could combine with 3, 3 could combine with 4, but 3 cannot combine with 1, and 4 can't combine with 2. Okay? So how do you know that Rebbe Kiva holds this? Because it says also Gishmak. It's like a little bit of a gata here. Omar Rebbe Yosi Shal Yeshua Benoish Rebbe Kiva Mi Rebbe Akiva. Who was Rebbe Kiva's son, Rabbi Yisai? Yeshua ben Karcha. Why do they call him Yeshua ben Karcha? Because his father is bald. It's a very interesting name to call the greatest Tana, Rebbe Kiva, the bald. Shalom Aleichem, kum tzarayin. Anybody have a seat for our guest?
I do.
Oh, we guest seat. Come to the guest seat. Shalom Aleichem. Now, give him some room.
They want to call him by his milas.
Huh?
They want to call him by his milas.
He said they want to call him by his milas, so now we zoom in on his head. Shalom Aleichem. What's your name?
Mishal Vida.
Mishal Vida from?
Lakewood.
Lakewood. Shalom Aleichem. And you coming down from Yerushalayim or something? Far?
From Beshevish.
Wow. What is this?
Todd. Official Todd.
Official Todd.
This is
Svarim. Basically, you're saying I don't do enough learning during the day and I have to learn. Okay, hold on. Whoa, pathways. I do need this. But I'm going to give it to somebody to read. Oh, and there's inside. There's different things. What is going on here? What is? He did this?
He's my neighbor. He asked me to read.
But it's all hand. He put this in by hand.
Did you just run from my foot?
So time out. He did this stark and then he gave it to me. Okay, I'm gonna have to look at this later.
Look at the letter.
Right now,
No.
we are preparing hundreds of things to be put in the citadel. Focus, provide more kavanah to the person's davening. Shmak. Okay, fine. We're gonna do this weiter later. Welcome. Okay. So Yeshua ben Karcha, Rabbi Yeshua ben Karcha, the son of Rebbe Kiva, asked Rebbe Kiva. So it hit me yesterday for maybe the first time. We know Rachel married Rebbe Kiva when he was an Amaretz. But if you think about it, he was not Stam an Amaretz. He was a divorced Amaretz. A divorced Amaretz with children. It's unbelievable. Try to read. I have a very good friend that has a divorced daughter. Daughter's a great shidduch. I try to read her to a few good guys. A divorce? No. I said, yeah, but she was only married for it's a very short time. No, not even the top girl. No. Here you have a guy with a kid. Comes in the shidduch with a kid, and he's an Amaretz, and he's a royat son. And he's bald. Okay, so that was the one mile he had. There was one mile. What was she thinking? And her father tells her, and if you marry, I'm not talking to you. And he didn't talk. Broigus. I'm not paying for the wedding. Get out of my life. It's not the fact. It's not to understand. It's not okay. But she did the right thing at the end of the day. She saw the potential. What do you mean? She not some potential. One of the greatest Jews that ever lived. So he asked his father, why does the Mishnah say 2 which are 4? So I love this line because Mamish reminds me every time I learn with my father Chavrusa, and I learn with him a lot. I used to learn with him almost every day. So he used to tell me in Yiddish, you asked me very good. Zog mit de Backzähne. It means like with the molars. Say with your molars. It's like, so, yeah, what you mean to say, then if I didn't know, so like, what you mean to ask is this. So Rabbi Kiva, look at Rashi. Rashi says, Mechazer hoya, and in the Beis it says on the side, sheyifarish, not shemifarish. Sheyifarish ma'ushoyo. He's like, no, say it better. No, Rabbi Yeshua, you could say better. Explain it better. Zog besser, not besser. Explain it better. Zog mit dem Backzähne. I don't know if any Hasidim in the room. There's such a thing. Did ever? Yeah. He says yeah. Zog mit dem Backzähne. Okay. Say it better. Oh, yoimru mikrum beitzo lamalo tomei. So he told him, we're talking about 4 shades of white. So what you need to do is tell us the darkest shade of white, and then you understand that everything above that shade is still tzaras. Anything below that shade is not tzaras. Everything brighter, take the darkest one, the egg, and then just say, from that egg and up and brighter is tzaras. Why are you telling me 4 shades of white? You go into Home Depot, right? I don't know if you get. Each color has a name. You know, skylight this, rhinoceros green. So you have to tell me all the shades. I get it. Here's the darkest, and I can understand by myself. Anything brighter than that white is geshmak. It's very not geshmak. It's very tzaras. You remind me, I forgot where it was. There was some kohen that got really upset because it really has to do with Amud Beis, but he said it's not geshmak. So it hit me. On Amud Beis, it talks about that you need a kohen to decide if it's tzaras. It could be even Amaretz to say it. He says, so one kohen was very upset at another Yisrael, and he saw that he had a scratch, so he went, you're a Mitzayra. And that was it. So you're a Mitzayra. So now that guy has to separate from his wife, he has to clean his clothes, he's mamish this. You can get a guy. If you're a kohen, you can get somebody you don't like. Where's Donnie? Listen, if you don't buy the house, I'm getting up to 1, 2, you're a Mitzayra. Next. Oh, so I asked him, sorry. So what's the question? First, he asked him, just say the bottom color. Says Rabbi Kiva, because I want to tell you that each one combines with the other. That's the chiddush here. One combines with 2, whatever. Well, you don't know yet. Okay, so I'm just going to improve my question, says Rabbi Shua Mekarcha. Just say the bottom one, and then tell me the chiddush that everything above that can combine with each other. Oh, here it is. I want to tell you that you need to know the names. You need to know Sid, Tzemer, Sheleg. You have to know all the types. Beitza, Krimshal Beitza, and understand them. Could a kohen's wife paskin? So there's a medrash. It says a very interesting story that there's a guy going on a trip out of town. So he told us, he was like the mutz, he was the rabbi of the neighborhood. Everybody would come to ask him about tzaras. So he told his wife, he says, listen, it's very simple. Let me explain to you how it works. He says, every hair has a pore. And in the pore, it gets nourishment for the hair, etc., etc. So she says, every hair has a pore and there's nourishment. If there's no nourishment, then it dies. He says, yeah. He says, no. So if every hair has a pore, that means that Baruch who cares about every hair, and each hair has a special hashgacha aliyah. So then every human being certainly has hashgacha aliyah. So why do you have to go out of the country? Stay here. He says, oh, you're right, and he stayed. Okay. I don't know what the aliyah is exactly. Why did he teach her? Seems like you could. I don't know. I don't know. From that measure, it seems like yes, but you can't. I can't pass it like that. Oh, so when Rabbi Yeshua ben Karcha asked Rabbi Kiva, why don't you say the darkest white, and then I'll understand everything above it is considered tzaras. How come he didn't mention sid heichel? It should be like this. He should have told him that there's 2 categories. He should have told me beitza and above it, and sid and above it. In other words, mimic the Mishnah. There's 2 categories. There's 2 teams. He didn't talk about 2 teams. He only spoke about one team. There's one team, and there's 4 colors in that one team. Tell me number 4, Beitza, and I'll understand from number 4 everything that's brighter than that. The entire team. Perhaps this is a good raya that's what Reb Akiva held. That's actually 1, 2, 3, 4. It's not 1, 3, 2, and 4. It's not 2 teams. It's one team. You can see from here that everything. So the Gemara jumps into something interesting. Check this out. You see from here, because he only mentioned a Beitza, which has to do with Seis. So you see that it goes something like this: that this team 1 is better because there's Shnayim. There's 2 teams. Just it's not Arba. It's not Shnayim Shem Arba. So what you have to do is you have to make 2 teams. One team is Beheres all by itself, and team number 2 is Seis. And Seis actually could combine with Sid and Beitza. Seis obviously could combine with the other Av with. So 1 and 2 could combine. But the point is, Seis is a team by itself. It combines with all the Taldas. As the Gemara, who told you that it goes like this? What?
The arrow fades and sit. It's also inside.
Yeah, correct. I think you're right. Yeah. Yeah. Within the team itself, correct. There's 1 arrow missing, Sid and Beitza. I don't know if Gary could add that little arrow. Between 3 and 4, if you add an arrow, it would be Gishmak. Maybe even a double arrow. Okay, fine. So, Bedilma, who told you? Bedilma Seis Utilata, Be'ez Utilata. Maybe Rabbi Yeshua ben Karcho was asking that it should just go the regular way, like this, 2 teams, this way. Okay, so I'm going to go to another proof. The Amar Reb Chanina, Mashal Reb Akiva Lamad Davadayma. He gives you a mashal. It's interesting. The whole sugya gives mishalim. La'arba kaises shel chalav. There were 4 cups of milk. There's a very famous story that a person came to the Beis Halevi and asked him, Ashayla, could he use 4 cups of milk for the Seder? And the Beis Halevi said, no, it's usher. And he went and he gave him a lot of money to buy stuff. So they asked him, what's pshat? He says, when a guy comes to you and he asks you if he can use 4 cups of milk, then obviously he doesn't have money for meat and chicken. He's going to be milchiks at the Seder. That means he's super, super poor. So I gave him money to buy meat and wine and matzah, the whole thing. So he says, there's 4 cups of milk. Take a look, it's beautiful stuff, very simple. That's the problem with good art. I was going to ask Benny for like a bag of blood. I don't know if do you have blood from a cow? You give your blood. Listen, if desperate times calls for desperate, I would have. I would have gone to I would have asked them to do a blood thing, then I would have grabbed my own blood and ran. I don't know. If you need blood, you need blood. But now you have good art. 2. 1 cup has 2 drops. So the Gemara calls this white. It's white with a little tint of red. Now it doubles up. 1 has 4, the next one has 8, the next one has, what's double of 8? So really it should be 16. That's the little bit of machlokes in the Gemara. And one man says, listen, you don't need 16 because you have so much blood already. It's like, okay, it's enough. 12 is enough. Maybe Yoshi exaggerated here just to l'saber so'inayim, but the point is it's white. Okay, it doesn't look very white to me, but it's considered white with a slight tint of red. Okay, the last one looks like a nice strawberry shake or something. Huh? Moush looks delicious. Where do we have? Anybody know where we have 8 drops of blood? No, Arya Simon, you're allowed to answer because you don't know. Whoa, look at this. Get over here. Give your grandfather nachas. Get over here. Look at this. It's this week's parsha, but nobody knows. Who knows? The 11-year-old. How old are you? Get over here, get underneath and come. What do you, get up, your grandfather wants to see. You don't say no to the Magid Shir. Come, let's go, no? Let's go. The chizuk for the oilam. He'll say in a second. He's a big part of the shir. He's not here now, he's in Chutz La'aretz. Come. Shalom Aleichem, tell us your name again.
Yisrael.
Yisrael what?
Kreinberg.
And your grandfather is? Don't say his first name. What's his first name? Zaidi Kreinberg. He sits over there the whole time. The guy. Okay, anyway.
I'm saving a spot.
You're 12 years old, and you knew something that a lot of people in this room didn't know. Some knew, they just were anovim, they didn't want to say. Shkoyach, how do you know that? How do you chap what I was saying? He has an unfair advantage, as we call it. This guy is super smart. Okay, Shkoyach for coming. Send regards to your grandfather. You give chizuk to everybody. You make everybody depressed. Geschmack. So you said is that in this week's parasha, it talks about the kohen sprinkling in the achas. You do one on top, 7 in the bottom. You know, there's 8 things of blood. They understand. They do. These kids come here. They get it. They get it. I got an email from a 10-year-old kid. He goes, "Why is Shevuos so hard? Bakos is easy. What's going on there? Can you make it easier? Can you explain it better?" 10-year. Maybe his mother helped him write it. I don't know. It's like, very good. So. Oh, I got to tell you the story from Nissim because we have some time.
Read some more emails.
From Nissim Karelitz, somebody knocked on his door, a neighbor, with an egg, to ask him. The whole story is like, we can't understand these kind of stories. You have some blood in the egg, you throw it in the garbage. No, I'm going to ask a shaila. Is this considered blood? So she goes and asks. So the Rebbe says he's not available. I'll take that kitzur until she showed it to him. This, that. He looked at it. He says, "It's kosher. You could use it." So she goes, knocks on the door to give the egg back, and nobody's answering the door. She realized they went to sleep. So Misa said, "You can't leave it there overnight. It's lina on an egg. Kitzur, you got to cook the egg." So they go back and they cook that egg. And the story is that the whole mishpacha was fighting over this egg. Each one wanted a piece of the Rebbitzon's egg that she cooked. Anyway, fine. His mamish, the egg didn't go to waste. One of the best stories ever, Noam, huh? You have a lot of know from it. Yeah. Oh, sorry. So we have these 4 hues of white. They're white with a little red. And then it says, Shekulon Maris Loibenhen. They're all white. One is darker than the other. So what do you see from here? You see, this is Rebbe Kiva. No, this is 1, 2, 3, 4. Look even on the bottom. It's snow, wool, lime, egg. It goes in order. He says a mashal to Rebbe Kiva. It's like somebody put 2 drops, 4 drops, 8 drops. It goes in order. It's not this 1 and 3, 2 and 4. No, it goes. It's just one team. 2, 4, 6, 8. 2, 4, 8, 12. Whatever it is. Who told you that it's good raya? Oh, so we're introducing a new concept, and this is in the Torah. So next time we read this, we know what's going on. Oh well, it happened already last week. We got nega lovan adamdom. What's a damdom? Adam is literally what we're talking about. There's a hue of red in the white. So the Gemara calls that pasuch. Pasuch means there's a little red in it. So he looks at the tzaras, there's a white blotch, but there's some red in it. So maybe this idea of going in order is in the special reddish hue, reddish tint category of pasuch. B'chaluk, when we're talking about pure white, mishamasli, how do you know that he has one team in white? Maybe there's 2 teams of white, like the Tanakama says. This is the Seis and the Beheres team. In reds, okay, I get it. It goes in order. It goes darker and darker, but not in whites. So everybody's thinking this answer in their head. What do you mean? You see that it goes in order when it comes to a little tint of red, so maybe it goes in order when it comes to white. But who told you that that's true even when it comes to the blood? When it comes to the reddish, who told you it goes in order? Why? I have somewhere to tell. I have something that says the opposite of that. Rabbi Shmuel holds over there where it says Rabbi Kiva Omer. He's coming to argue with Shmuel, who says that if you have a beheres that has red in it, it's like wine together with snow. And the other thing is the sid that's reddish is blood with milk. Comes Rebbe Kiva says, no, it's not that red. It's much lighter. It's Adam Shevizeh. The beheres in the sid. Kiyayin hamozuk b'mayim. It's like wine with water. It's a much lighter red. Ella, and check this out. This is our point over here. Who told you that Rebbe Kiva goes in order? 2, 4, 8, 12. El shel beheres azak hasheleg. Beheres is what? Let's look at this. Number 1. What's number 2? Seis. What's number 3? Sid. So look what he does over here. El shebeheres azak hasheleg. The brightest is number 1. Veshel sid deo himeno. Sid is lighter than beheres. What is he missing? He skipped over number 2. He jumped to number 3. That's the raya. That's the raya, says the Gemara, that he doesn't hold that it goes in order. If he goes in order, he should say 1, 2, 3, 4. Why does he say 1, 3? 1, 3 sounds like our Mishnah. 1 and 3 is one team. Team Beheres goes 1, 3. Amud Beis. And if it's true that he goes in order 1, 2, 3, 4, he skipped number 2. Says Gemara, Amri Einochanami, you're right. He shouldn't have skipped number 2. Vatanya, and I'll prove it to you. We have a Fursha Braisa that it goes 1, 2, 3, 4. He doesn't skip the 3. So in fact, he does hold 1, 2, 3, 4 is the team, not 1, 3, and 2, 4. Now goes Agadata. Turning to the Daf, Kinnovations LC in honor of our sons, Kalmo 12 and Yisrael 9, for learning Sanhedrin and Makkos of the Rebelli. Adar Global, still experts in international financial services, anonymous, in honor of the Tzaddik's name we cannot say, who shows us what it means to be a giver and a Tzaddik. That's it. Here it goes. Agadata Rabboisai, enjoy it while it lasts. How do you know that it goes in this order? How do you know the Beheres is super bright? It says before in the pasuk that Beheres, number 1, is white. It is the whitest of the white. Which reminds me, there's a Mefurish Mishnah in the Goim, Perik Beis, Mishnah Aleph. Look it up. It says that if your skin color is that of an African or a German, this is Germani. That's what it says. Which means super white or super dark. This whole thing of Beheres doesn't apply to you.
The extremes.
The extreme skin colors. If you have,
Albino.
well, right, okay, but it says Germani. I just thought that was fascinating. Some say Germani means something else, but if you read it as is, Germani and Kushi doesn't apply. So, so we're going to talk about Amuka. There's a Mordechai story. One of my favorite stories of Boisai. It's a very inspiring story. A Baruch went to Amuka to get a shidduch, and as he's there, he finds a siddur. So he opens up the siddur, and he sees the girl's name. So he calls her up and he says, "I found your siddur." So he says, "Okay, I'll meet you again." And they met, and they ended up getting married. And 9 months later at Boisai, they got divorced. And that's why I love the story so much. But Amuka over here means that it looks deeper down.
It wasn't her siddur.
It's one of my favorite stories that I made up.
It wasn't her siddur.
Huh?
Turns out it wasn't her siddur.
V'cheinu oimer, umareh omek minar, kemari chama Amuka. If we're already talking about Amuka here, this is another Mordechai Maisa, that a certain Rosh Hashiva, he was very, very excited about all the shidduchim. His bachim used to go to Amuka, and they were getting married one after another. He saw that the Zgula really works. So he decided he has to be a little frummer, and he asked the bus company to put up a mechitza on the bus. And after that, there was not a single shidduch from Amuka, they say. But anyway, Amuka. Look at this. You're going to see this picture, you're going to chop it. When you see the sun coming through in the shade, it looks deeper. It looks lower down than the actual darkness over there. So Kemara Chama Amuka, you can look at the screen, Tzaddik. You're new here, so you don't know. We have screens. You see? Oh, you saw. Okay, good. Says, okay, so that's Beheres. Beheres is deeper down. Says, and says Ela Gavoya. Says is higher up. Chenoimer Kolarim Haramim Makala Gvois Hanisois. Hanisois higher up. Sapachas, when the Torah says here, it says Sapachas Behares. What's Sapachas? Sapachas means it's secondary to it. Sapachas and Sapachas al Tfela. It's one shade darker than the says. Eli Kohen, when he got the bad news that he's not going to be the Kohen Gadol anymore, so he asked if he's Safchenina, can I be at least something over there? Can I be second to him, something? Ashkechon Tfela l'seis. Okay, so you told me the pasuk says v'leseis v'sapachas. So seis has secondary to it. Tfela l'beheres minalan. But how do you know the beheres has? We said in the Mishnah, seis and beheres are the main ones, the Av, and they have a tolda. Both of them have a tolda. Where do you see that Beheres has a tolda? How do you see that Beheres has something secondary to it? Omar Rebbe Zero, Nemra Levana b'Seis, Nemra Levana b'Beheres. Because we have these psukim right over here. In Pasuk Dalet it says, Ben Beheres Levana he, and in Pasuk Yud it says Levana. So we learn Ma Levana Amur B'Seis, the one in Pasuk Yud. Yesh Lo Tfeila, the Pasuk says V'Sapachas that it has something secondary to. Levana Amur B'Beheres, so it's a limud, like Zer Shava. B'Masisa Tana, but in the Bryce it says Hitel HaKosav V'Sapachas Ben Seis Lo Beheres. Oh, don't learn the Pasuk like this. Learn it like this. The Sapachas goes above it and below it. Hitel HaKosav V'Sapachas Ben Seis Lo Beheres. Lo Ymer Loch. Just like the seis has something secondary to it, another shade, color, so too the beheres. We're talking about in terms of doing a tzir, of combining the two colors. So each one has a color it can combine with. Seis ketzemer lavan. It says in the Mishnah that seis, the color of seis, the second one, number 2 on the list, is like white wool. My ketzemer lavan. What, isn't all wool white? What's white wool? You take a sheep, you shear it, and it has wool. What's white wool? Omar Abibi, what? Yeah. Better than that. Omar Abibi, Omar Avasi, tzemer noki ben yoimoy. Not that you clean it. It's pure from the day it was born. Shemachabnen boy lemelas. You do something like this. You wrap it in a piece of leather, and therefore the wool can never get dirty. And memela is pure, should be pure. And that's how you make a woolen garment. Oh, I'll give you a mashal. Sometimes the mashal is harder to understand than the real thing. Two kings, and each king has a governor. One king is greater than the second king. Here, something like this. You have 2 kings. King 1 is higher up than King 2. And Governor 3 is higher than Governor 4. Governor 3 belongs to 1. 1 and 3 go together. And 2 and 4 go together. But because King number 2 is lower than King number 1, his governor is also lower. What do we have here, Rabbi Isai? We have 1, 2, 3, 4. That seems like one team, like Rabbi Akiva. This is problematic. I'm going to show you the next marshal, and then you'll understand why this is problematic. Ask the Gemara, this looks exactly like Rabbi Akiva. 1, 2, 3, 4. You're telling me a mashal how the Beheres and the Seis and the Beitzo, they all work. You told me the king is higher than the other king, and the governor is higher than the other governor. So you're telling me it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Elo, Malkus Shazel Malami Parchid in Afshay. Says no. It goes like this. Rabbi said, check it out. Did you see that? Here. Not this. This. This is mamish like the Tanakama. 1 is above 3, 2 is above 4. We have different teams. It fits right into this. This is what it looks like. That's the mashal. 1 above 3, 2 above 4. So you have something like this. 1 above 3, 2 above 4. The king is above his own governor. Something like this, Rabbi said. You have the king. Sorry, ooh, not good. Let's do it again. What just happened? You have the king in the front. You have a kafta behind him. You have Rufila in the 3rd place, and Reish Galusa in 4th place. Ask the Gemara the same question. That's Rebbe Kiva Shita 1, 2, 3, 4. They all go in order. It's 1 and 2, 1 and 3, and 2 and 4. Horav Aharon, it's like Shover Malko is the king. It's much like today. Trump and whatever that guy, that Russian Marusha from Iran is, right? Shover Malko is the king of Persia. So you have 2 superpowers. Who's the greatest superpower? What? You live under a rock in a forest? You don't know what's going on in this world? So I thought this is a murder gemaisa. Everybody, I think people know the story, but I think it's Gevaldik. This Japanese soldier was not aware that World War II was over until 1974. He went for 29 years after the war was over, killing people, living on his own in a jungle somewhere. Yeah, check this out. Why? I mean, the explanation is because he believed in the emperor. He believed that the emperor cannot give up. It's like an Avodah Zarah. How could the Avodah Zarah give up? So he wouldn't. They told him and they yelled on microphones and they sent leaflets from playing here. Check this out.
This is the moment in March 1974 when Lieutenant Hiro Onoda finally walked out of the Philippine jungle. 29 years after the end of World War II. For nearly 3 decades, he had resisted all attempts to persuade him the war was over. Leaflets were dropped from the air, messages broadcast over huge megaphones, all to no avail. Finally, his wartime commander flew to the Philippines, walked into the jungle, and ordered Lieutenant Onoda to surrender.
Okay, Givaldik. So he asks him, I don't understand, you live in the Philippines in the jungle?
They cared so much about this guy.
They didn't care. It took them 29 years to go get him. If they really cared, they would have came 30 years later. The guy, his wife, his children, they're all dead.
He was killing random people.
He's killing. Yeah. Hello, he used to go into the city to get food. And if somebody resisted him, he had a gun, he'd kill them. He was in the middle of war, he was in war mode. Okay? So, they made him a whole parade when he got back to Japan. He was like a hero. Like he fought for 29 extra years because he believed in the emperor. He says, open your eyes. Look who's more powerful. Is it Trump or is it Ahmadinejad? What's the guy's name today? I know. Khomeini, whatever his name is. No, but the president, not him. Okay. Huh? The Shah. Just... They have all these stories about Chaim Kanievsky. They said, like, who should we vote? He says, I don't understand. She's still making tsars, that Russian Marusha. He thought Golda Meir is still the president. Anyway, no, we see it. Sometimes I tell my chavrus something, like a missile hit Ben Gurion. He says, what are you talking about? When? I'm like, no, he's talking shlosim. Okay, no, people that don't watch the news, and Baruch Hashem, they don't. V'seichul kol ara. This is why I have a Gemara with nekudas, because of this word. V'seichul kol ara v'sedushina v'sadkina. This is the Roman. Rabbeinu Omar. You know, it just reminds me of Masechet Zavayzor, which is coming up like in 40 days. Such a geshmak in Masechet. It starts off with the Gadata. The first daf is about Rome, and they're going to kick the sukkah. Hashem is going to say, take 1 mitzvah. You know the famous Gemara, but it's only 40 days, Rabbi. It's only 40 days. Hatzlacha. Rabbeinu Omar, you're going glima da amar v'shachake. I'll tell you what it's like. It's like getting a brand new white wool coat, brand new white shirt, yeah? And then later on, after you give it through the cleaners and put it through the wash, it's not the same white anymore. It's dina dikitana, or you have a linen shirt, b'shachake. And this, so in other words, the brand new wool shirt and the brand new linen shirt are very, very white. Which one is whiter? Wool. So it's 1 and 2. When the wool gets used up a little bit, so it drops down, and so the linen too. So it's 1, 3, 2, and 4. Rabbi Sai, have a wonderful day.
Merit the schus of spreading Torah throughout the world. Sponsor a shir today. MDYsponsor.com or sponsor at MDYDaf.com.